Rajasthan Royals, of course, is up next, and we have to
Okay,
tell you.
has now that you've
One second,
mentioned it,
one second.
now
I
just
have to listen to other viewers. Okay, go on. Sorry.
now that you've mentioned Rajasthan Royals, it
Yeah,
strikes me that Devdutt Padikkal wouldn't have been the worst pick for Punjab or wouldn't have been the worst trade for Punjab because I think one of the reasons why Padikkal has been retained is his numbers against spin last season in the middle overs, and that would have helped Punjab.
yeah. So, okay, let's of course pick the bones out of Rajasthan Royals then, because they did really well in terms after that mega auction. They got some marquee Indian players. Smith was it who admitted to us in the IPL that however much he supported the Royals his entire life, he's never seen a team like that with Indian pedigree. And Pep Padikkal was one of them. What do they need to do? Because they have 13.2 crores, not too little, not a lot, but they have 3 overseas slots left. The main talking point, Som, was the all-rounder, that Nisham, all of that stuff was boiling up in them. What's your cause of concern?
So I just have one point, and then maybe Gurkirat can take over to give us the
An essay.
detailed picture. Uh, I think no team. I'm talking about the contenders here. I'm not talking about teams for whom just qualifying would be a success, because there are clearly a few teams for whom even making through the playoffs would be a success. But RR are proper contenders of winning this thing because they were finalists last year. If I put on the RR contenders for the title hat, no team would be more desperate to have Sam Curran than them, because it just fits perfectly. They need
But
a number
you're saying
7.
that about every team now. SRH also, you said no team would want Sam Curran. No
No,
team
no,
would.
no, 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 no. That's different. For SRH, I said that good luck fighting a bidding war with them, because they're
But
42 crores.
let's just address.
SRH don't really need Sam Curran. They already have Jansen and Faruqi. So, but I'm saying if they sort of plan to have him, have any player for that matter, you can't win a bidding war against them if they really set a target on a particular player. With Rajasthan, I'm saying no team would be more desperate to have him, because it just fits their jigsaw perfectly.
And he'll come in for Ovid McCoy. I mean, essentially, like for like, who can bat as well.
Yeah, Obid McCoy. I mean, Obid McCoy is not in my first 11, because your overseas players are Butler, Hetmeyer, and Bolt. I mean, Bolt, McCoy, depending on form, pitch conditions, and are you looking for a new ball bowler or some change of pace? So Bolt and McCoy is my either or, but the fourth spot is where number 7 all rounder who can bowl pace, because you already have 2 good spinners. So that is where I feel Sam Curran. They would be desperate for Sam Curran.
At times, they put in Nathan Coulter there to fill in that role. They had Van Dusen as well to play as a batsman higher up, which didn't really work well. They've let Van Dusen go. Gurkirat, they surely are top heavy, obviously with Butler and not to forget Padikkal and Jaiswal and all of those guys, and Samson, of course. But what about the finishing role? I mean, does that kind of irritate you if you're an RR fan? Nishim, Ashwin.
I think they need to be better with the utilization of someone like Riyan Parag. If they're not able to get or nail a finisher, uh, have Riyan Parag at 4, Samson at 5, and Hetmeyer at 6. Because you've tried this for 2-3 seasons, and I don't blame Riyan Parag as well for failing in that role, because it's a very difficult role.
It is, yeah.
The one time that Riyan Parag walked in with 10 overs to spare, he scored a 50 against RCB, and it was a good 50. So there's pedigree in Riyan Parag, but he can't be batting at number 6. That is something that they need to fix, which is why, like I said, if they would have released a particle, it would have solved a few issues for them, because it would have cleared up a budget of around 7.75 crores. It would have allowed Samson at 3, Riyan Parag at 4, or maybe they could have had Riyan Parag at 3, Samson at 4, and Hetmeyer at 5, right? And then if you go for Sam Curran, maybe Sam Curran comes in at number 7, and you probably need one more Indian batter, or one Indian player who can probably do the job at number 6, or
Yeah.
you can look to invest in someone like that. So again, I don't know how they're going to fix that, because Prasidh Krishna is going to play, Kuldeep Sain is going to play. Uh, I don't see how all five of Ashwin, Chahal, Bolt, Kuldeep Sen, and Krishna play. I don't know how that happen. How will that happen?
But
That is
haven't they
something
always stuck with that 6-5 thing? 5 out and out bowlers and then 6 batsmen.
they did that because they had no other option. But if they do land up a good all rounder, then maybe
Yeah. So
they might try out of different things.
One
yeah,
sec.
this
So,
is where the
so
combination thing. Yeah, this is where the
couple of
combination
comments
thing is.
coming to your thing. Somesh by Butler hit my bolt McCoy Jaga ka hai batao. And there's
Yeah,
another guy
like
saying
I'm.
right where Rajasthan Royals are going to be spending 90% of their purse in Sam Curran. Sorry. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so I think with their bowling, I think Prasid, Chahal, Ashwin are sure starters. Bolt slash McCoy. I mean, I don't see a place for both Bolt and McCoy. They'll have to take a call between one of them because all these five, none of them can bat. I mean, obviously, Ashwin fans will rightly point fingers at me, which is not unfair, which is fine. But this is where if they have Sam Curran at 7, everything is sorted out. Uh, then your bowling lineup becomes Karan, Prasid, Bolt, or McCoy, and two spinners, Chahal and Ashwin, which is a proper five bowler attack with Riyan Parag as an off spin option, or even Yashasvi Jaiswal as a leg spin option. Yashasvi Jaiswal has gone on record to say that he wants to become an all rounder, which is no, what you say, all strength to him. What is that phrase that is used? All power to you, or more power to you,
More
because
party.
in this in Indians domestic setup, everyone just wants to be a one-trick pony. No one really is vying to be an all-rounder. So this is that. I think with Padikkal, I think they would have taken a call that even if they release them, there are not a lot of options available from the domestic setup to buy back, and they can't use that spot for an overseas player because they already need overseas player more for other spots. So that is where even David Padikkal being a little expensive, they still retained because of the same reason.
Yeah, 7.75 crores for the Padikkal, and maybe Sankara thinks he can get the best out of him, and Gurkirat's
No,
points over there.
I'm
And
not
But
saying
he did a tough job well. I mean,
he
no
did.
one really wants to not be an opener and play at 4, but his numbers against spin have been decent, which is what you want from your number 4.
so.
And plus,
I
if
I
any of those
don't
left-handers were going to bat one down, it had to be Padikkal out of Jaiswal and Padikkal, right?
I don't mind Particle at 3, but I think if they really need, if they really want to unlock the potential or probably use their batting lineup well, they have to move to Parag at
But
4 and give him the freedom that okay, there is Samson and Hetmeyer to follow. You go and play your shots, because if Parag is coming at number 6 with Ashwin to follow and 4 number 11s, it's bloody hard to ask a 20-year-old to do that job. You are setting him up to fail. I'll make
but will Samson himself kind of demote himself?
I think Samson has that leadership quality to do that. From what I saw last season, I thought of him and I found him to be a decent enough leader, even in terms of man management as well as tactically, because there was this odd occasion where he was asked that there was a catch that was dropped. What do you have to say? And he said that even I dropped one catch. No one drops it for purpose. You have to create opportunities once again. And you compare it with someone like Faf in that first game. Uh, he said that that drop of Odean Smith by Rawat cost them that game, when Rawat actually pulled off a great catch of Livingston as well. And in my view, the bowling that happened to Odean Smith in that opener was terrible. So uh, I liked Samson as a captain, and I think he has the quality to come at 5 himself and ask Hitmeyer to bat at 6, or maybe send Hitmeyer at 5, come at 6 and do that job. If Samson can do that job at 5-6, it opens up new dimensions for him in that India 11.
India
Given
11.
the
Yeah.
fact that I think, given the fact I
Yeah.
think India are going to move on from DK in T20
Yeah.
internationals.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
serves.
this is something that I wanted to. I mean, I would have said as well. If he looking at the broader picture, if Samson succeeds at 5 and 6, he can finally lock himself into the India 11. There will be no room for. There will be no explanation to not have him anymore.
Yeah, I mean, Sanju Samson's done remarkably well for that franchise, and only time will tell if what the boys were alluding to happens, and if it does, then great news.